I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth? Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? Yeah, probably. What is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. What? I want to do that one. But it's not. That's not evidence from the case. Are we looking for evidence from the case that we found as a team? Part of me's thinking the picture. Oh no, the evidence list, because we had half each. That's the picture I drew. Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth. If you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. Seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. I'd better be going too. Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. Seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Maybe it's actually scientific investigation for duckies instead of dummies. That sounds like I think that'd be a really cool series for duckies instead of for dummies. We've got evidence store for duckies. It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal. What is it, detective? This is the little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks in prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak around for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here's the one who'll be footing the bill. What? What, you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? Huh? Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it... Why have this bit in? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. It's really good. You had a really good conclusion with I'm going to grow and, you know, I've got all these people and it's great. And why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go. Okay, right. Credits. Yeah, this did have the very much... Oh yeah, they talked, don't they? I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. I'm sure he'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Oh, what a team. I want to talk about the game. But, yeah, alright. Someone else is going to pop up, aren't they? Yep. Yikes. I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. Just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily. They could have fired you. Right, yeah, I'll wait. I'm just... have a drink. Throat's still not good. Talking for 4.5 hours, that'll do it to you. I don't want to talk. Yeah, because these things are going to pop up. My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them, though. Someday I'm going to make detective. Yes, sir. Then I can be just like that Dick Gumshoe. Okay. That's... Am I just going to have to wait for all of this to go? Oh no, what a shame. Maybe I should be saying some things during this. Like, so yeah, the ending. The ending was weird. I don't know why not just have it end with the various faces? Oh, you're in prison. What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Looks like you're in prison. Miss Doll managed to sneak this into me. She's seeing one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? Yeah, but I think... the case was good, and it feels at some points like a oh my goodness. Right, I'm gonna wait. Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu, the Right Way lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer's as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I'd better be... Huh? Oh no! I forgot my gavel! Sorry, I've got to go. Oh, you did a bad job. Are we gonna get to a point where I can feel like I can just talk? Can I just talk? Nope. Nothing soothes... Oh, sorry. Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Mystic Maya, afternoon training's about to begin. Coming. Well, see you around, Nick. I assume there'll be a final one with Phoenix, and then I can talk. I mean, I could just be talking over this anyway and just ignore those bits, but that just feels wrong. Oh, Edgeworth. Maybe. Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. I brought you your tea. Huh? What's going on? Oh, we're not going to find out what the note says. Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright, by train. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be all right. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. It contains a portal. I assume we open it. Oh, a little note. Or is it a picture of us all? Oh no, it's just a picture of them. Aww. Aww. That's over. Yeah, clear episode 5. It very much felt like no, what's it called? Broken Steel. It's just, well, okay, actually no, it didn't. That's harsh. It's better than Broken Steel. It was a good case. I thought it was a good case. I think the only thing was it came after a really, really good ending. I think I struggled at times with the last case, with the fourth case, but the ending was really, really good, and then it's just kind of like the game continues. And then you get to the ending point where it's like, all the faces, and that's a really cool just graphically, and then it finishes, and it's like, and then it doesn't finish, it keeps going. Gumshoe shows up, and there's like I don't have a lot of money, so I used yours. So I wasn't a fan of that. Like, I think some people sometimes need to realize that you need to have endings, like, at sensible, realize that there are reasons why, like, endings happen, rather than just tacking on more stuff. It was interesting. Like, I'm guessing it's meant to be an introduction to the next game in the series, because there was, like, tutorials in the final case. Like, here's how to use, here's how to do fingerprinting, here's how to do, what was the other one? Well, you got the new examination thing, haven't you, where you can, like, spin things around. There was another one, wasn't there? Oh, the luminol, the blood testing. It felt really weird. Like, it felt like it's trying to be a finale, like it's the 5th case, but also it's trying to introduce the next one, and it was a bit weird. As a case, I enjoyed it. In terms of, like, okay, so it's not. I think I twigged it was Gant. Probably, I think, investigation of the 3rd day, maybe before then, because of how helpful he was being. Which is like, I've done a lot of I've interacted a lot with, like, murder mystery medium, so probably gives me a little bit of an advantage to figuring it out. It was a bit weird. There were times where it wasn't clear what I needed to present or why I was doing what I was doing, which is always a bit frustrating. And at the same time, there were times where it's like I was jumping ahead and thinking, oh, this is the conclusion. This is the conclusion. Oh, I need to get to this point, and then, oh no, this isn't not there yet, or not there at all. I'm fairly sure at one point it was talked about that oh no, that was just a possibility. was the King of Prosecutors knife, because but it doesn't make sense why around the same time Gant stopped that being part of the award, the knife from it, when it was just a possibility it was involved. I don't know. Everything's confused. Oh no, because he was using it, wasn't he? But it still doesn't make sense why it wasn't there. But yeah, the vague conclusion of he lied about what happened to try and manipulate so he could manipulate the prosecutor's office does make sense. Yeah, so I think it's probably a general thing with me, and I'll probably see this going forward if we do more Phoenix Wright, which is Patreon dependent. If you want to see me do more of that, sign up my Patreon. But there'll be times where I think probably the narrative makes sense, but it's the puzzles they add to it and the trial stuff. Like, it was really weird having basically the prosecution and the defense attorneys working together to prove it wasn't the defendant, but it was someone else, which felt a bit... This isn't your job, prosecution man. Edgeworth. It felt a little bit more like, I know Phoenix Wright is the protagonist, but it felt more like Edgeworth's story, as he does kind of shift throughout that fifth case that we just did. It felt like Edgeworth was the one who was having the character development, and so it's more his story. Not that I'm opposing, I'm just pointing it out. But that was interesting. And yeah, I've enjoyed most of this. There have been times where I've gotten really annoyed. I think there were a couple of times in that last case, and the reason I'm talking about the last case is because, well, I've already done credits for the first 4, and I can't remember much of them because it's been a while now. But there were times where it's like, oh, you need to do this. Okay, I'll go and do that, or I'll present the evidence you're asking for, and then the game goes, no, that was not the right thing to do. Then don't tell me to do it, game. Don't tell me to do that if you don't want me to do it. Yes, so there's positives and negatives to it. It might just be a case of Ace Attorney the Ace Attorney series, the Phoenix Wright series, has a kind of a particular, I don't want to say language, but it's got particular kind of ideas, and you've got to kind of stick with those, and I still haven't quite got those in my head. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I don't. I now have to decide what's going to go on the Patreon poll. Which I was going to mention at the start of this session, but I forgot, and now I'm mentioning it now, and it's almost certainly going to already have been closed. But you can still sign up for the next time there is a poll to decide what gets played on this channel. But we'll find out what happens next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching.